This time on Monkey Thieves. Curiosity gets Galta gang youngster Esha lost in a dangerous city. Runaway Kavi finally realizes he's joined up with the wrong gang. And tyrannical Zamir at last unleashes an assault on the temple in the ultimate battle for power. It's an early start for alpha male Tarak and the rest of the Galta gang as they venture out of the temple. The pink city of Jaipur in northern India is just waking up. Recent events have kept the troop holed up at home. The noise of yesterday's holy festival is still ringing in their ears. Now that the commotion has died down, curiosity gets the better of them. So they hit the town to investigate. But on Jaipur's streets, danger is always just around the corner. Dana Lal, the government monkey catcher, is patrolling the city. And Tarak's old enemy, Zamir, is now in charge of his own troop. And he's got an axe to grind. Esha, youngest daughter of Rani, the Galta gang's queen, is growing up fast. But there's still plenty she needs to learn, such as how to stay out of trouble. As the gang pick their way through the debris of the festival, a bright breakfast opportunity catches the plucky youngster's eye. Every morning, Jaipur's flower market gets a fresh delivery of hand-picked flowers straight from the fields. In one of the city's most colorful corners, buyers barter for blossoms and haggle to get the best price. But Esha has no intention of paying at all. Chanda Devi has been selling flowers on this street corner for 25 years. Her patch is just around the corner from a Hanuman temple, and she sells thousands of garlands to worshippers who leave them as offerings for the monkey god. Business is blooming. But this morning it seems she's attracting the wrong kind of client. While Chanda helps a paying customer, cheeky Esha helps herself. She may have gained a garland, but she's lost her bearings. And now there's no sign of the troop. Overconfident Esha could soon be about to get her comeuppance. Just a block away, Zamir and his troop are prowling the city. New recruit Kavi has been recovering at a local animal sanctuary before being released and joining up with an old family member. The youngster still seems unaware that his unruly uncle has been exiled from the Galta gang and has a sinister plan to take over their former home. Yesterday, Zamir's assault on the temple was thwarted by color bombs. To Kavi, it all seemed like harmless psychedelic fun. Undeterred, Zamir's gang are back on the rampage. But stealing someone's savings is just the kind of thing that could set these monkey thieves up for a fall. especially as they're leaving a trail of clues behind them. Calls of complaint to the monkey catcher are mounting up. One way to try and stop your victim reporting the crime is to steal their telephone. But not everyone is that easily fooled. Done alarm is closing in. Esha's lost, but she's not alone. She's found a friend to share her flowery prize. But by playing with this little male, Esha could be playing with fire. The two juveniles haven't yet learned that a strict hierarchy exists between troops as well as within them. Esha ranks high in the Galta gang, but her status could count for nothing among strangers. If she's spotted by one of the adults from her new playmate's troop, she is sure to be in for a beating. Marigold blooms are delicate, and it doesn't take long for the mischievous pair to shred their tasty flowers to tatters. Pilfering seems to come naturally to them, and the light-fingered duo soon find another way to stay entertained. But a hot-tempered householder is the least of their worries. Zamir has spotted Esha. Esha isn't the only one in serious trouble. At Animal Sanctuary, Help in Suffering, Suresh's latest attempt to get this poorly mother to take her medicine have failed. Her baby is getting weaker by the hour. But Suresh has one final trick up his sleeve. Disguising the drugs in a tomato didn't cut the mustard, but a sweet treat might prove easier to swallow. Milk sweets are an Indian delicacy given as gifts or offerings at temples. Suresh hopes that the monkey's craving for sugar will override the natural caution she has for medicinal tastes and smells. If this doesn't work, Suresh fears the worst. Back in the city, Rani is unaware of Zamir's threat towards her daughter. Esha has a habit of wandering off, so the Galta gang queen doesn't seem at all worried by her disappearance. And it looks as though Esha is going to stay lost for now. The rest of the gang have other matters to reflect on. Humans and chimpanzees learn to recognize their own reflection. But it seems rhesus macaques never quite make the connection. The first time they're confronted by this stranger, macaques freak out, often attacking their own reflection. But with so many bits of mirror lying around the streets, the stranger soon becomes a familiar face that they keep bumping into. Anoop has definitely found someone to love. Maybe the eccentric Benita thinks she's found her missing sister, or even the elusive Kavi. But Big Kamal, Tarak's cool, calm and collected right-hand man, has seen it all before and decides to head for home. The troop move on, And the further they go, the harder it'll be for Esha to catch up with them. Rani is heavily pregnant, as are many of the adult females. Her new baby is due any day. Soon she'll have to concentrate on nursing, and Esha will no longer be her top priority. That's if Esha ever makes it back at all. Just a few streets away, it seems Zamir hasn't forgotten the humiliation of being chased out of the Galta gang by Rani and her sisters. And it looks as though little lost Esha is about to bear the brunt of his retribution. Jaipur's most pugnacious primate stumbles upon a chance to strike the first blow in his bid to wreak vengeance on his old troop. It'll take a miracle to save little Esha now. Although her mother isn't here to protect her, Zamir hasn't reckoned on the identity of Esha's new friend's father. Zamir is the Casanova, who recently made a move from Fang's lady. The infamous gang leader is less than impressed to find Zamir back on his turf, let alone eyeballing his son. At the sight of Fang's fearsome grimace, Esha finally loses her nerve. She turns tail and flees. Zamir doesn't hang around either. His battle isn't with Fang. Instead, he leads his troop down the back streets, hot on Esha's trail. Back at Help in Suffering, Suresh is counting on a sweet tooth to get his paranoid patient to swallow her antibiotic. In the wild, a bitter taste often signals poison. So the mother's natural caution with a drug is well justified. But it seems a spoonful of sugar really does help the medicine go down. Suresh's only concern is that it might be too little, too late. Alone in a jumble of alleyways, following her run-in with both Zamir and the mighty Fang, Esha's confidence is crushed. She needs her mum. Heading in the direction of where she last saw her troop, Esha gives her infant lost call. But she's in danger of being found by the wrong gang. Zamir is poised to pounce. Just as the big bully closes in, Esha's cries at last fall on the right ears. With another sibling on the way, this could be Esha's last chance to be Rani's #1. All it will take to get Esha back to her old self is a spot of vigorous grooming. With everyone present and correct, alpha male Tarak leads his troop back home. But the Galta gang are under surveillance. Esha's had a narrow escape, but now Zamir's more determined than ever. It's the temple or bust. Following at a safe distance, Zamir edges closer to his old stomping ground. But Tarak's troop aren't the only ones being tailed. Zamir the spy is being spied upon himself. Recognizing his old foe, the monkey catcher keeps an eye on Zamir as he slinks towards the temple. Dana Lal waits and watches. He's determined not to let the furry felon evade him again. Back in the luxury of their temple home, the Galta gang adults relax. Esha, with her newly acquired taste for marigolds, spots a chance to have some fun. Yash and Tito are quick to join in. Regular visitors to the temple have wised up to the macaque's roguish pranks and take the necessary precautions to secure their possessions. But newcomers have yet to be initiated into the way of the monkey. As one tourist focuses on focusing, he doesn't notice what's going on just out of frame. Until it's too late. Luckily, feeding the monkeys counts as honoring Hanuman too, so the garlands have served their purpose, even if not quite in the way they were intended. Life at the temple seems too good to be true. It is. The peace that reigns among the Galta gang is about to be shattered. Zamir is back from his reconnaissance over the hill. He's pumped up and ready for action. This time, nothing is going to get in his way. Little Kavi is finally seeing his uncle's true colors. As the new top dog, Zamir can claim the right to anything his underlings possess. He even takes the food right out of his bewildered little nephew's mouth. Being bullied is more than just a reminder of who's in charge. A realization begins to dawn on Kavi. Before the youngster's accident, Uncle Zamir wasn't alpha male. Despite being back with the troop for several days, there's been no sign of his friends Bipin, Yash, and Tito. As Zamir's army marches towards the temple, Kavi notices something strangely familiar about these streets. At last, everything becomes clear. The truth is that Kavi is hooked up with the Galta gang's arch-enemy, and it's time to put things right. Seeing the temple straight ahead, Kavi breaks away from Zamir's mob and takes a shortcut to his true home. If only he could warn Tarak before it's too late. As a dark cloud gathers over the Galta gang, at help in suffering, someone else's outlook is brightening up. Suresh's trick with the sweet has paid off. The medication is working and both mother and baby are looking much better. The sugar has also given them a burst of much-needed energy. It won't be long before Suresh and his team can release the pair back in the city. Zamir's moment of truth has finally arrived. He's closer to the temple gates than he's been since the day he was evicted. It's payback time. Zamir leads the charge as his armies storm the temple. The Galta gang are taken completely by surprise. Zamir takes advantage of the confusion and makes a beeline for his old rival, Tarak. Surprise turns to outrage as Tarak's troop realize what's going on. Many of the females are pregnant, and the stress of a fight could put them in danger of miscarrying. But they have no choice. Every member of the Galta gang is ready and willing to fight. Rank is forgotten. In the heat of battle, everyone is equal, as long as they're on the same side. Even the seemingly placid Kamal throws himself into the front line and proves what he's really made of. For once, quirky Benita has the same agenda as the rest of the gang. And after 8 months away, Kavi has made it back to the temple just in time to join the fight alongside his old comrades. Bipin, Yash, and Tito. Last time they crossed swords with Zamir, it was the leadership of the troop at stake. Today, there's a much greater prize to defend. The temple itself. Everyone's future could be altered by the outcome, so this fight is a full-blown war. And soldiers of war can fight to the death. Zamir's mob looks strong, and the Galta gang take a pounding. Tarak is past his prime, while Zamir's at his physical peak. The invader is clearly on top. Savage blows come from every angle. It looks as though Tarak's reign, and life as the Galta gang know it, is over. Zamir and his troop have them completely surrounded. But in their darkest hour, it seems Hanuman, the monkey god, has not forsaken them. The Galta gang's leader may have fallen, but Kamal, the troop's second in command, stands firm and rallies the ranks to keep up the fight. With the rest of the Galta gang behind him, Kamal pushes Zamir's troop back beyond the temple gates. Somehow, the Galta gang have managed to hold their ground. With Zamir back outside the temple walls, there's a whiff of victory in the air. But it comes at a heavy price. Tarak is badly injured. And for Zamir, the battle for Galta Temple is far from over. Next time on Monkey Thieves, the battle-scarred Galta gang make room for a new generation, while Zamir regroups and prepares to attack Tarak and the temple once again, this time with even more might.